Hello everybody, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Saturday, welcome to your weekend. Hi YouTube, hi Twitch, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to day 12, I think, of Zul'Aman farming for just that one last mat. We've done more days than that in Zul'Aman, but that's how many streams it's been since we had one of these mount drops. So we're gonna, I don't know, pull out our lucky transmog or something. I decided to start the stream today in my house, you know, poke around, see if I can see if anything strikes me that needs a little shuffle around or a little updating or something. You know, you never know when you get something new. Give a couple minutes for our Twitch folks to vote on whether or not they think this thing is gonna drop today. It looks like our points are pretty even. Or no, that's the duration. Points are very believing today. We've got lots of points on yes. Not as many points on no. We'll see. Mount day for one of us. I can feel it. How lucky are we feeling? Yeah. Lucky enough. I don't know. How cute is this? I like this a lot with the blue lamp and then the pink curtains. Very cute. I like it. We're gonna slash sit. I'm gonna have a little coffee. I don't know what's up with my outfit. I think it's from when I did the football thing. I think the Trader's Post tender. Oh, that's right. It's Trading Post today. I talked about it yesterday and then it just fell out of my brain. It's gonna take a big hit this month. Good morning. I should take a look at the Trader's Post before we get started. That's a good idea. I have no idea how many mounts are in Final Fantasy XIV. Question for the Brain Trust. What is the name of the add-on for Glory Achievement runs? Oh, what is it? Do I have it? It's not one of those. I know what you're talking about. Someone in chat will know. It like tells you while you're working on an achievement run, like when you met the requirements and stuff. Instance achievement tracker? That sounds right. That sounds like it might be it. Let's go take a little nibble at the Trading Post. I will not be spending all day today trying to do things to fill up the bar. I'm just going to trust that it's a patch release month. I'm going to fill the bar organically. Free range bar filling. But I have some tender. I'm sure we can shop if we want to shop. I can loosen the purse strings a little bit if there's anything I want to buy. Hazel, you're right. Fury kind of fun. Not working as good with new updates. Oh, I'm sorry about your ankle. That sucks. That's no fun at all. Thanks for streaming, of course. Love the Trading Post transmog set. I hope they bring it back in October, November. I believe that one color of it... Hang on. I gotta take this tabard off. Get out of here. One color of it, this color of it. Can I reset? Is for filling the bar. And then there's other colors on the vendor for tender. Just now linking together the vendor rhymes with tender. Okay. And I know there's a mount. Oh, hello! How you doing, Squeaky? Speaking of rhyming, are you my Squeaky Tiki? Yeah, so you get the 500 just for logging in. That's pretty good. Hi! What would you like? Oh, yeah. Why don't you come up? Why don't you come sit up here? Hi. Hey, buddy. Good morning. Good morning, Polly. How you doing? Had a blast with Fury in Season 1. A Thunder Blast. When I got Rend, I could use Thunderclap to give it an AoE. Yeah. Yeah, I was told that I shouldn't really be just single target rending anything. Yeah, this is actually a pretty cool colorway of the set. I don't think I would... That's a lot of tender for a recolor of something I'm going to get for free, but that's pretty cool. This I think I want. I love a buzzard. Oh, Tiki. Doing well. Excited to get my hair dyed today. Ooh, what are you doing? I mean, I know you're getting your hair dyed today, but what? Tell me more about your plans and dreams for it. That'll be so much fun. I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little tired, but I'll be okay. I was up late through all faults of my own. Tiki. Don't do it. Yeah, I love a bird mount. It's a Badlands buzzard. I don't know. It's cool. It is a recolor of things we got from, like, what, 8.3 in, like, Oldham and stuff. Hey, my son. No chewing on the G600. I love you, but you cannot do this. You cannot do this thing. What else do we have? We have a brand. What even is that? Oh, it's a brand. It's a literal brand. That's kind of icky. There's a hand cannon. That's kind of a violent thing for my game about war. There's, oh, a little ammo pouch. Hi. Just popped into resub. Have a great day. Thank you very, very much. Everyone check out the latest clip in the clip list. I'm a little scared. What else do we have? Black and white capes and stuff. The capes might be a good pick. These are kind of fun to put on asymmetrically. They look kind of chunky when you have both of them on. They're fine, but you can easily use the Mog left or right shoulder option to have just one of them, and I feel like that's kind of fun. I might do that. I like that they called this a lid. We got a couple extra hats. A couple crowns, white and black flowers. I feel like we had white flowers already. I don't know. And then you've got your boots, your knee-high boots, which are probably cooler than this is showing because gnomes don't have terribly long legs. Those are over the knee boots, so those are going to be pretty striking on a taller character model. Oh, and I do like the skirts and stuff. I've been using these. Are you calling that midnight? That's a stretch. This is in color. Can't wait to talk to you about 12.1 and you not knowing anything about it because you're still in ZA. Yep. Pretty much. And then there's the Blaze Cycle, which I thankfully have. They're also bringing back the chessboard and the chess set, along with some of the chess weapons and whatnot. These are pretty cool. I don't think I've missed having them, though, since not having them. Yeah, okay. Eye patch, and then, of course, I did have the sweatsuits, because I do love a sweatsuit. I'm gonna get the bird. And I'm gonna get the boots. Am I gonna get the crowns? Yeah, give me the flower crowns. Give me the high boots in at least black. Maybe white? They're kind of striking. And then... Am I good at that point? Might be good at that point. Oh yeah, I wanted the Midnight Shoulder Cape. That's right. This guy. Yeah. How much is that worth? 805. Still less than a full month's worth of tender. Mount, white flowers, black flowers, white boots, black boots, and then the black shoulder cape. I think that's pretty good. Happy with that. Most of that tender is just the mount. Alba. Hi, Hazel. Good morning. Hello from Barbados. Zul'Aman coming soon. See press details for 2027 reveal. Oh, man. I hope it's not 2027. Anyway, we have our predictions in. We're going to go start farming mounts. I'm going to run around my new mount. It's the Badlands Buzzard, and we're going to buzz around on it. Let's do that. let's get this party started. Today is the day I finished the Deep Sea... Oh, hang on. Can't read and go through the Mage Tower. Deep Sea Angler Achievement's been chipping away the 1 mil... Oh, the 1 mil points. You're really doing it. Holy, 4 to 5 runs from finishing. Very nice. Chest shield. Yeah, I love getting the stuff that costs less than 100 tenders. Especially if it's kind of... I don't do it if it's a color that's really close to a color I already have. Or if it's something that I found that I'm not wearing anyway, but... I think that those things might come handy. They might not. I should probably stop buying flower crowns now because I don't really mog them much. And I now have, I think, at least 3 colors of them, which should be enough for a crown that I don't mog. But they're cheap. Lost my house in game, couldn't finish midnight. Had to quit WoW because I was playing 12 to 14 hours a day. Whew. I've improved heavily and I miss it. Is this a good casual expat? Could never go hard again. You would have to really try, well, I guess some people play that much, but I don't know any of them. You can do very well and perform very well playing much less than that per week, let alone per day. That's a lot of WoW. I don't play that much, and you could argue that this is my job. Could never have enough flower crowns. Yeah, you can go as hard or as casual as you want, but you can do the hardest content by playing more casually than that. Good afternoon, good afternoon. We are farming, in case you're joining us sometime in the middle of our farm or you just aren't sure what's going on, for the Witherbark Pango mount. It's the last one of the midnight rare mounts, or midnight mounts that drop off of rares. There's 8 of them currently. I have 7. This is the final one I need. And I have been killing rares in this zone for a hot minute looking for it, whereas this is stream 12. So I think we're entering hours, what, 33 through 36 of farming this on a variety of ults. Yeah, we're starting in war mode, and I can turn it off if I'm not finding spawns. That's good. This midnight looks like early morning. That midnight being incredibly gray is annoying. Yeah, sometimes they do an actually pretty dark black, but that one was pretty sad. Farming these mounts has me playing that much. It was a problem. 12 to 14 hours. That's a lot. At that point, you gotta hope you've got like a standing desk or something, because that can't be good on your body. That's a long time to sit, and I say this as a professional sit-downer. One mount, please. This guy could drop it. Any of them could. Think of all the fun things we could do. I don't know what they are, but think of doing anything else. Eventually, one of these rares will feel sick of this endless cycle. I've been there, definitely not there anymore, though. You just stand up a bit after an hour sit, yeah. Move around, stretch a little bit. I like my standing desk at work. Today is the day. My ADHD is too strong to focus solely on mount farming. I want to do it, but then I do something else followed by another thing, and so on. Yeah, all the rares have the same drop chance. Hello, good luck today. Hello, as far as we know. So much better than the old waiting simulator, Shaw of Anger. Yeah, as much as I complain about not having this mount yet, I like this farm. It's pretty engaging. There's something to do. I'm always flying around. I'm excited every time I see a rare up. It feels much more... It's more fun than just sitting around waiting for, like, you know, Karakta to spawn or something like that. Or like you're saying, Shaw of Anger or whatever. I get to at least move around. I get to see the world. I get to enjoy different mounts. I get to kind of learn the lay of the zone. And the quirks of, like, which rares are easier and harder and what kind of abilities they have. And there's a little more variety involved than some ultra rare mount farms, which I appreciate. Tiny Vermin's not up. I get up and do things while I have a mount camp. That's smart. I might have more things done if I did something like that. How many kills are you at? More than 10, less than 10,000. I don't have a counter on, and I'm terrible at estimation. Really, really bad. This is day 12. At 3 hours a day, which I think is a humane amount of mount farming. I think that's fine. Especially because, you know, it's a nice little ritual. We have some coffee, we farm some mounts, we chat. Fun things I do sometimes. Taking a walk from Silvermoon to Booty Bay. Hang out with the kitties. Meow meow. I've got 2 kitties in here with me today. It's hard to get out of bed sometimes when you went to bed late and then you wake up and both of the kittens are just snuggling so sweetly in bed and they notice you're awake and then they kind of like stretch and then they start like making biscuits against the blanket against your legs and it's just like, how do I get up? They're happy. Is it not my only purpose to make them happy? I did it. Look, I'm done. Wow. Success. You could always go back to Mr. Rustfeather and Karakta. She's at 1,673 kills since Mount 7 dropped. That would be cool. I feel like it's not that many, but it might be. I don't know. I would feel some self-respect about that number. Which is funny, because it implies that there are numbers that I wouldn't feel self-respect about. And I think maybe this is... maybe this shouldn't be that serious, but when you spend this much time on it, it's funny what your brain does. It's hard. If I could probably approximate it if I had a consistent, like, rare kills per hour, because then I could figure it out by time spent. But it varies so much day to day. Some days are easier than others. Weekends tend to be a little slower. I tend to have a slightly harder time finding consistent rares up on weekends. But it's not always the case. I've had Saturdays where everything was just there. Cat usually sleeps either in my computer chair or by my feet in bed. Today I woke up, she was up by my head. Still a few good several inches away from me, closer to cuddling. Aww. How many characters do you do? As few as 4 and as many as 10, I think. Depending on how many we're able to get to. There's 13 rares each character can do, but sometimes I will switch characters when I just have 1 or 2 left, rather than sit around and camp the last couple of rares, because I'm limited by time. Well, I'm limiting myself by time. I'm not going to sit here longer than 3 hours and do this. Yeah. We don't know. It's okay to not know. It's fun to guess, because what else are we going to talk about? We got 3 hours to fill. Any rare? Any mount? No? Okay. Yeah, nice mystery. Not enough rare kills yet. Yeah, it's content. You know, it's not content, but it was baffling me. I was looking into some equipment stuff recently, and I realized that for the past, I don't even know how many years, but however many years I've been using this specific microphone, I have been underpowering it. I didn't know that was a thing. When I first got the microphone, I knew it needed phantom power. It's an XLR mic. It needs to have some power supplied through the XLR cable. So I have like a little audio mixer, and it worked, and I never thought about it again. And I was doing some more research into this stuff, and I'm like, wait, this one needs 45 volts of phantom power, and this thing is just USB. There's no way, right? And I looked into it, and there's not. This thing is only supplying 18 volts. I don't know how it's working as good as it is. I don't know if it could work better if I powered it correctly. What if there are, you know, like, beauteous depths that my voice could achieve that it hasn't been because I've been underpowering the microphone all these years? Like, a lot of years. I've had this one a long time. Not once did that ever cross my radar. Yeah, it sounds fine. I'm kind of inclined to not mess with it. I can't imagine it sounding much better. Worked any differently, and it's clearly got perfectly fine longevity, but like, it's just strange. Like, I don't even think it's supposed to be working very well. Hi Hazel, who is or who was your favorite WoW content creator you watch when you're off stream? I won't lie to you, it's for the longest time I wouldn't watch any WoW content at all. I would liken it to the chef who goes home and eats instant noodles. Just because it was kind of like a, this is the day job and I want to turn it off now. And also I would end up in like endless like comparisons and self-loathing and anxiety and insecurity and whatever. I have issues. More recently, I've been trying to widen my scope and check out more of what's going on to kind of get some new ideas of different formats and different things that people do that might sound a little more, I don't know, joyful. Something that would be a little bit more fun and I might feel a little bit more invested in working on, other than just like reporting patch notes and stuff. So I've been checking out some people doing WoW content like Jimmy and G-Bay and Idol, as well as some of the more challenge-based WoW YouTubers like Nabble and VZ and Mana something, who was doing the dungeon lock thing. Different formats of WoW content than the thing that I've been doing for failing to do for a million years. It's not like I've been doing a whole lot of it. G-Pay's so good with his classic content. Yeah, there's more than one way to make a WoW video, and I feel like I've gotten very stuck in my patterns. What is it, my love? What can I do for you? Also, hi, Ben. How you doing? Only got 6 level 90s. I've started using level 80s for this. I only have 3 level 90s, but I've started farming on level 80s. First YouTube video I made has low voice. I used an XLR mic without an amp and took me a year to learn that. Yeah. It's, and it's funny because there's all kinds of places that you can boost that sort of thing. Like, there's lots of different knobs that you can twist to achieve the same thing. Hi, what are you doing? Would you like backup? You can come on my lap, but you cannot chew on my G600, and I'm pretty sure that's what you want to do. Like gold bound, earning a WoW token by grinding gold in a chosen zone. Yep, yeah, that's a good one too. Patholarics, I think. Just happened 2 young gray foxes passed by. When you get a slow mo, check the cute stuff Discord. You got it. You got it. Dip in and out of Jack's streams. I hate when you get stuck in the tree like that. Sorry. Nah, Jack's great. Jack is the only reason to know how to play priest at all. I'm gonna be a little lost on whatchamacallit, Fury Warrior. Expansion locked where a guy is gonna 100% collect all of Shadowlands. I came across that one. There's also a dude who said he's gonna get every achievement on a fresh account. And good luck. good luck to you. Sometimes I think the project scope bites off more than any one human person can chew. Because it's not only that they're trying to do that, but also make content about it, like all along the way, and try to keep it interesting. One issue with YouTube content like that is whenever you do like a series, the first video in the series is going to do really well, and everything after that is going to drop off by a pretty big measure. So it can be kind of a trap sometimes to lock yourself into something that's going to have like 100 episodes, or I guess if you're getting all the achievements, infinite episodes, because you could be trying different things that, you know, don't require somebody to have watched episodes 1 through 1249. And that's just, it's a cool idea. It's a big project. I hope they're doing okay. Yeah, power to them. Somehow I've ended up watching a lot of Canadians. Oh, is Patholurk's Canadian? I didn't know that. Ain't no way. The 100% achieves is nuts. Even when Annie was getting that done a few X-Packs ago, mind-blowing. And they were trying to do it like on a fresh account too. Like I feel like having some history helps. Like I wouldn't try to get 100% achievements, and I'm already like 3/4 of the way there, and I still wouldn't do it. I wouldn't even dare to start on my current account that has like stuff done. Nearly had a heart attack this morning. One of my cats, oh god, buried a huge spider in the litter box. I was minding my business, scooping the litter, and that thing jumped out of nowhere. Oh man, that's not okay. Good lord, did you live? Did you burn down the litter box? Do they have to deal with a new one now? Just under 49k achievement points, and I wouldn't touch it. Yeah, it's a tricky thing with the challenges, because I feel like you want to have a challenge that sounds outlandish enough that people are going to be like, wait, are they really going to do it? And they want to find out, like, how? But if it's too crazy, then you can't do it. Or it's, like, such a massive scope that it becomes just a time sink that's not reasonable. My main has been Priest. I've been a Holy Priest main. I'm going to take one season and prioritize Fury Warrior. Season 2 of Midnight is going to be my melee season. I'm doing Fury Warrior. I'm committing. Hi, kitties. So many of those types of series only to end at like episode 7. Yeah, I think it's super honorable. I think that you are, or at least if it was me, I can't speak to what anybody else is doing, but if it was me, I would be setting myself up for early burnout. I like a video that you don't need to have prereqs to watch. I like a video you can kind of jump in and watch without having seen the earlier ones in a series. The amount of work and luck it takes just for one achievement depending on the X-Pack and season. Hazel! I don't know about that. Yeah, Goldbound and then like the zone locked things are great because you could kind of jump in at any point, I feel like. Haven't raided in a long time, nor do I do Mythic Plus, so I gave up on achievements a long time ago. Fury's been my main since Pandaria. It's my favorite spec to date, but I will main Windwalker Monk for the first time in 12.1. Oh, nice. Just to try something different, or back again with the zul'amount farm. Good luck, Hazel. Thanks, Sephirox. Getting some decent spawns up on my priest to start the day. I'm enjoying my new rare scanner sound. That's the only thing of note to speak of over here. I feel like my achievement collection is decently split across the categories. I don't have... My least achievement collected category is PvP. But I have a non-zero amount of PvP achievements. I have 156 PvP achievements. I've done some PvP. I think Battlegrounds, I have like the basic ones, but a lot of the fancier ones I'm not gonna have. I have most of the arena achievements. Mind you, there's not that many. 2,700 can bite me. Yeah, some of these things are free if you just do them. I never tried Trading Grounds. Something different, almost got into Shadow Priest. That would have been really funny if we just switched main classes for a patch. Glad you didn't pick my sound. I was wondering if I was going to. There's not so many options, and I feel like some of them really suck. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm going to ask you what your sound is, and you might say the one that I thought was really awful. Which is your sound, by the way. I won't take it, I promise. Pinky swear. Surprised you haven't had many issues with rare spawns. Are you the last person to be farming these mounts? Not quite, and weekends I have the most issues. I've got a pretty good... I feel like I've got a pretty good strat, which is that my characters that are on my main server, I will generally do this run in war mode, and that helps. Lightbringer's not a big PvP server, so that'll kind of reduce competition. And then my other characters, a lot of the alts that I'm using are on RP servers, and that will help. And sometimes they're in war mode as well, and that'll help even more. Just to kind of access shards without needing to abuse LFG that might have more spawns available. 2,700 wasn't free. Not for me. Not for me. I wonder what the highest I ever got was. It might have been 25 something. I don't think I ever hit 26. I think it was 25 something. Yeah, you can select the sound that happens when a rare is detected. The add-on comes with a pretty short list of sound options. I'm sure you could come up with more using computer nerd skills that I don't possess, and also I can't be bothered. The boat docking. Ding ding. Ding ding. It's a good one. The one that I couldn't stand was the sound that I think is universally the wrong answer. It was Siege Engineer weapon, I think. This. Come on, that's just upsetting. That's terrible. Yeah, that's the right one, okay. Hateful, yeah, hateful sound I think is right. That is your nuclear reactor is melting down, is what that sound means. Even if I went back to grab my missing vanilla cheese, I feel like that would take forever. That's a tornado warning. Murder's ears. Yeah, I feel like that sound is supposed to be bad. That is an alert that is supposed to get your attention and also strike doom into the core of your heart. Sounds like a dinner bell. I'm hungry. Okay. That's this character wrapped. Let's get on another one. Why is the coffee gone? Just finished the prey achievements last night. One was getting scratched by Astalor's kitty. Pardon? You said what? Prey achievements. Let me see. Prey. World expansion features. Prey. Oh yeah. Oh yeah! Complete prey hunt in nightmare mode while suffering from Lord Viscera's cat scratch. Never did get that one. Look at all the shiny badges you have. We're gonna do Crawdad next. Prey is fun, but I'm not sure if it's fish while Astalor yells at you fun. I did do that actually because that one was needed for the meta. I did the prey meta for the title. The fishing part wasn't bad, because if you have filled up the hunt bar, it's not going to ambush you anymore. It's just the fixates that you have to worry about, which isn't hard, it's just kind of annoying. That one wasn't so bad. Sometimes it's nice to know achievements are hanging around in case I ever just run out of content. You're never going to run out of content. You have to get the cat to scratch you when you enter the chamber. Oh, is Lord Viscera his cat? I always kind of figured Lord Viscera was like a prey target, and I didn't realize I didn't know why I'd never encountered him. Me with my shiny badge. They still tune in TV? No, I think they wandered off. They've probably unplugged everything that they wish to unplug. Okay. Crawdad, welcome to the rare farm. Let's see what we can find today. And keep petting the cat until he scratches you. I'll have to do that sometime. That doesn't sound so bad. I wonder how many people have this. That's a lot of points. I have almost 70,000 out of 100,000 honor kills. I feel like you're not going to get that many honor kills unless you're habitually PvPing, though. Battlegrounds probably make it a lot easier. I mostly did Arena, which is probably why that isn't higher. Maybe more people have that than I think. Did you know there was a broken week aura where you could complete 100 chat lists in a day, and it worked? That sounds like cheating. That sounds spooky. Surely Astalar is going to be a Rotmeyer-esque boss towards the end of Midnight. Oh, my moose died. Do you miss chat lists? Oh, man. No, I could not. I had a really hard time making... I liked working on chat lists. I could not entertain a stream, though. I failed to make anyone else care that I was working on chat lists. It wasn't like this kind of farm where something exciting could happen at any moment. So if you're... You know, I feel like there's a little bit of tension as you're watching. I'm like, oh man, maybe this next rare was going to drop it. Like, it's a little inherently exciting. With chat lists, there was no risk of that. Nothing exciting was going to happen. It was just sheer data entry work. And for some reason saying, oh boy, we're about to finish list number 76 isn't really all that engaging. Underminer right next to Korthia for me. Wonder if the HK achievements are retroactive to the days of 48-hour Alterac Valley matches. I feel like they wouldn't be retroactive to before the achievement system was added, but achievements were added in what, Wrath? Got the mysterious Sky Shards mount. Ooh, very nice, very nice. Heart skips a beat for good old RL Moosey. He's doing okay. He's doing good. I gave him a big, big hug this morning. I'm losing to a bunch of plants. Hang on. What's happening? Does this plant not scale down correctly? No, it's scaled. I just wanted to pick a flower, man. Achieves were added between Lich King and Kata, not in Wrath. Next achieves for early Wrath. They were added in the Wrath pre-patch. They were in Wrath. Yeah, it was because I started in Wrath, and I remember getting my level 10 achievement and asking my friends what that's for, and they're like, nothing. And I thought that was the stupidest thing I'd ever heard. Getting 100 chat lists done was bad enough. The people who actually got the temporary title for doing the most in a region in a month, truly insane. Yeah. I remember, like, the mystery about what could possibly be triggering the temporary achievement. I never worried about it too hard. I wasn't gonna get it. I'm gonna... This guy over here. I'm getting a little bit better at pulling just this one guy individually. Hate those wild nodes, they're too brutal. Okay, I'm glad it's not just me. Maybe I should leave that one alone. What did we even get extra for it? Anything? Can't tell. I've been doing like a tiny bit of gathering in between other stuff just for a little bit of experience and a little bit of gold. Bruce bruises and scars. Gathering professions are worth very little. I beg to differ. Watch this. Alright, we're selling it. We got 64 copper ore. That's worth 518 gold. That's 518 gold I get to keep. Didn't have that when I woke up this morning. Oh, there's another 158. Oh, how much is this? 317. We're almost up to 1,000. Even the meat's not too bad. Yeah, that's right. What am I gonna buy? Better not spend it all in one place. Yeah, lots of fun. Definitely worth it. Someone's gotta be on the supply side of the community's consumable addiction. You remember when everybody was complaining about herbing and mining bots? And then they, like, banned a ton of herbing and mining bots, and then people were like, wait, why are herbs and ore so expensive? Where did the supply go? Oh. Where are we going? What are we doing over here? Got my second Slayer's Dwellum Paragon cache, and it was the pet. Again! You don't know how good gathering is until you get the dopamine from getting 4 majestic hides from 1 skinning lore. That does sound kind of fun. I didn't do any. Oh, someone's buying my stuff already! Want to know how I got my first Epic Mountain Vanilla? I herbed and mined and vendored it to get the gold. I was doing that too in when I first started playing. I had heard that herbalism was good for gold making. I didn't really know about the auction house yet. So I was just picking up like peace blooms and briar thorns and whatever as in Teldrassil. And I was vendoring them, and I was excitedly telling my friends about all the extra silver that I had from all this extra stuff I was picking up. And then someone had to tell me. Grind was real. The high from 4x highs was a lot better when they were going for over 20k each. Here we go. Wait, what's an auction house? Based self-found gamers. The grind of the Chopper Mount and the Traveler's Tundra Mammoth were the worst for me back in Wrath. You think this guy will drop the mount? Self-found retail. I need to figure out how to get my Diablo 4 gold over to WoW. Didn't realize how tough that spiny green fish was until I was on my 6th or 7th ult that was underpowered. Yeah, it's right up there with the Lightwood Boar as one of the hardest mobs. Devour is pretty tough too if you pull it with the summoner. If you pull it without the summoner, it's fine. Is what I was finding. Does D4 have a token equivalent? I don't know. I haven't played a lot of Diablo. I do remember when D3 had the real money auction house for a short but vivid time. When you could actually get not just Blizzard balance, but genuine cash for genuine actual real life currency for in-game Diablo items and buy and sell them that way. And people were like quitting their jobs and stuff for it. We don't talk about that auction house. A lot of the details are lost to time for me. It was crazy though. What a wild thing for them to even try. Can I admit something? My WoW stream pet peeve is when a streamer has left rare scanner on, has it on annoyingly loud, and isn't actively farming any rares. Why have it on? Yeah. They might not even know. It might just be background noise to them at that point. You just get used to it. That was back when StarCraft 2 was viable. I remember hearing some story of a druid who thought Hunter's Mark was a mind control thing telling him to attack certain mobs. Oh dear. Was it working? Wild thing, like the time they were insisting you had to publicly associate your real world name with your account. For the forums, they wanted everyone to post with their real government given names. Well, parent given names. On the forums. It wasn't that long ago that people that still had, Hearthstone had an issue where it was doxing people because it was mistakenly showing people's real ID names and not their battle tags in public forums and stuff. I had noticed it because, even before the Hearthstone leak happened, my Blizzard launcher, when I was mousing over a thing, was showing my real ID name, and I went, ooh, I don't want that. That's not something I want to leak on stream. So I went into my settings and I actually changed my real ID name to my battle tag name, so that even if it did leak, it's the same one. But that was scary that it could just happen and they could just be like, oops, like some big Hearthstone streamers got doxxed because of it. Yeah, there's bad ideas. Yeah. I don't know why they thought that it would be just safer for us all to have actual names. Know a couple people who set up whole bot farms for the D3AH and they actually made some money. Meanwhile, I remember getting D3 for completely free because I did the thing where I go, hey Blizz, I promised to keep my WoW sub for the next 12 months and they gave you D3 for free. Along with Tyrael's Charger. I did that too. It was the first time, I mean, it worked. It was the first time I committed to like a 6 or a 12-month sub or whatever. But I mean, I've had, I think, a 6 or 12-month sub ever since then. I haven't gone back on a monthly sub. And I also haven't really quit or wanted to quit the game, so I think it works out for me. Save a little bit of money. Yeah, first name Hazel, last name Nutty Games. It's on all my ID. Send help, cat claim my chair, so I'm just standing at my non-standing desk doing deep sea anglers. Yep. Been there. What plants and flowers do you have tattooed in your arm? I have some sort of wetland, marshy Pacific Northwest stuff. I've got blackberries, I've got some cattails, I've got some hawthorn, and then the birds are also kind of like wetland birds. I've got red-winged blackbirds and I've got a heron on that in that same tattoo sleeve. Do you write off your WoW sub as a business expense? No, I don't. I could certainly claim a portion of it, but if I was ever audited, I would have to explain to an accountant at the CRA what percentage of WoW is for fun, and that's just not a conversation that I want to have. I do write things off, but I am pretty conservative with what I write off because I don't really want to, if I ever do get audited, I don't want to make it messy by being like, look, I only wear mascara on stream or whatever. There's plenty of stuff that is for stream, but I'm not about to try and make a big deal about it. I'm sure other streamers do though, and it's probably fine. I'm just a big weenie. Do you give up on Battle Pet content? Never find YouTube videos on it from you. I did. Long ago, when Zufu's pet guides became a really good resource, I kind of ceded to that as the best way to get information for how to beat new pet battles. And then at a certain point, Blizzard stopped making new pet battles, so it didn't. It was kind of a moot point. It's okay, because Hazel makes hundreds of millions a month. Oh man, not quite, not exactly. If I did make hundreds of millions a month, I don't know if my stream would look all that different. I don't know if my life would look all that different. I think I would just, I don't know, be slightly less stressed. That's all. Rare there spawns a couple minutes after killing the 3 to 4 neutral crabs. Maybe. It might. Or maybe it just spawns sometime and people kill the crabs while they're waiting, because what else are you gonna do? What would be the sign that you were a billionaire? Ooh. I don't know. What would I do differently? What would be the hazelnutty wealth indicators? There's just more cats. There's just cats everywhere. It's like this one, salmon. And this one is Smurfles. Have more snacks if I had millions of dollars. New house? I don't know. I would love to I love my house. I would just want to take good care of this house. New windows, new roof, that kind of thing. Very expensive fish. No expensive fish. I don't love a liability. I don't love something expensive and delicate. I'm not a big fan of like an expensive car or anything like that where it's just gonna get damaged and take a loss. An expensive fish that's just gonna die. That's not really my thing. The cats have servants in addition to you. I want to wish you good luck, but I feel like at this point you need God for that Pango. Sprouts a golden crown and a red fur coat. Yeah, more cats. Another dog would be a good indicator. Not that I'm a billionaire, but I would love another dog. But they're spendy, and I do not want to get in over my head, so not for the moment. Who suddenly wanders around in battle armor? Wave, still no luck with the mount? Not yet. Not yet. Could be today, though. You never know. Moose and Mooser. Moose and elk. Moose and maple. I want a lady dog, and I want her to be some kind of a big, fluffy, I don't know, shelter pure mix, and I want to name her Maple, and I want her to be happy. This is a tiny dream. My warrior's now level 33. She's getting there. Oh, you're leveling. Moose and pudding because I'm craving a sweet treat. Pure mix grew up with a pure. Yeah. Set up a cat shelter for sure. I would probably donate to existing cat shelters. I would probably find just the biggest and most reputable, well-run org, probably the SPCA, and I would just donate to them and give them the resources to do what they're already doing. I feel like the infrastructure to set up a brand new one and try to run it with no experience would go south very quickly, in my case. Just turning my head off and doing time walking. Big fan of Moose and Goose. Flabby agrees. Flabby likes rhyming names, and I think it's a terrible idea. Shout out to my favorite dog when I worked at a vet clinic. Clover, the Bernese Mountain Dog, is my favorite dog. Shout out Clover. Oh, Clover's a cute name, too. I love a big, lazy dog. Just a big old friendly, slobbery, fluffy, shedding, food-eating machine. I just want, like, a dog that's the size of a couch to love. I want a dog named Ferris. Big fan of old doggos. Fenris. Yeah, Ferris fine, too. Oh, hi, guys. Oh, you're so cute. Tiki likes laying on the dog bed. I wonder if you can see him. I wonder if you can... Just barely. There's Tuna, and then Tiki's... The big black splooch in the corner of the dog bed is Tiki. And 42, thank you for the 58-month resub. Oh, I'm a little bit more over this way, aren't I? Ish. 58-month resub. Thank you, Anne. Time to do my trader's quest and watch you farm. They're so big. Tuna statue, you taxidermy. No tuna-dermy. Tuna chillin'. Nothing but big blurry patches for Tuna for a second made me aw. They're cute. They were loud last night. I had put their food bowls up on a counter for them to finish their meal so that the vacuum didn't bother them too much. And then, as we were going to bed, like, really late, Tuna decided that it was time to not only finish the meal, but also swat the metal bowl loudly off of the counter. Makes big, loud crash, and of course you just finished watching, like, true crime documentaries, so you're like, ah! Murder! Hello, dear Hazel. Good luck. Hello. Thank you very much. There is just this one. If it's not up, I will probably just take this guy back to his inn in Amani Village and then grab the next character. Our peer was named Sherry. She didn't have a livestock guardian job at our home, but she was there when I was born, made me her flock to protect. Would go to my parents. Oh dear. Oh. That's a good dog. I betcha if I wait here, I don't have to kill a single crab, and I betcha the thing will spawn. I just feel it. But I also kind of want to put this character away and then get the next one and start rolling. Like big dogs, but slobber, hard note for me. If your pets had catchphrases, what do you think they would say? Ooh. I don't know. That's a good question. Have you met Moose? Have you met Moose? I mean, we say hi, no pet. It's so hard to explain to someone who's like, oh, hey, is your dog friendly? Can I say hi? And it's like, yes, but he won't let you pet him. But he's not angry about it, but you're not going to get to pet him. But he does want to meet you, but you can't pet him. Like, that's like a really contradicting thing to say to someone that wants to meet your dog. I usually just say yes and then let them find out for themselves, because he's not going to, like, growl at anybody or bite anybody. He's just going to duck. But people sometimes go, wait, why? Huh? And then they're worried that it's just them. Hi, Toonie. You want up? It's slobbering time. Kitty was also loud last night. She loves paper grocery bags and running straight through them like she's the Kool-Aid man. Trial of Style started today. Do you know if they added anything new since last time? I love a dog that'll put up with a great big hug. Moose gets big hugs sometimes. Oh, big fluffy guy. Hey. Maybe Crinkle will be lucky. She is the new main after all, for the moment. You know the whole thing where someone is either Kiki or Booba, super sharp or more soft and round? Who's Kiki and who's Booba between Tuna and Tiki? Well, they're kittens. They're both kind of sharp and they're both kind of round. That's a good question. I don't know. Never seen it before. It's gonna sound crazy. I had heard a clip about how those two words in different languages, regardless of like the origin languages, Kiki tends to be a word for something more sharp and Booba tends to be a word for something more round. It's like a linguistic principle. Or not that it's a word, but like those sounds are associated with things that are round. Across various languages. I've never heard of people just using them as direct words though. Tea and digestive biscuits. Watching the stream. Life good. If you don't have a sense of fashion, the game just insta-kills you. Hi, Tuna. You want to come up? You want to come up and say hi? Hi, Toonie. Come here. You can do it. You can do it. Hi. 1 second. 1 second for nice tuna visit. Hi, how you doing? It's always a good time for tuna o'clock. Okay. Alright, Toonie. Give me some luck. We gotta go find some rares. We gotta go find some rares. I like his little belly button. So cute. He's a sweetie pie. They both are. I'm so lucky that I got two, like, cuddly, affectionate lap cats. I would have loved any cat. I would have loved them if they were spicy and hated me, but I'm really lucky that they're both so smooshy, because I really love a smooshy pet. I'm very affectionate with my pets. It's nice when they don't hate that. What are you doing? Tiki is clearly Kiki and Tuna is clearly Booba just because it rhymes. One mount, please. Go check for Elder Oak Talon. I'm starting to forget that the mount could even drop. It's starting to not even feel like a real possibility. I've killed these rares so many times without seeing a mount drop that it feels like an absolute certainty that I'm just gonna get 50 Marl and a blue. It doesn't seem like there's any other options. What if it dropped already and you've forgotten? Where is it? Where is it? Whose bank is it in? Did a circuit once a day on one character? Didn't think you could even throw ults at them like this. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Oak Talon's up. Why am I lost? I've done this so many times. I shouldn't be lost. There he is. I'm gonna have to get better at not capping my rage if I'm gonna be a main. I'm a Fury Warrior main. Not capping my rage, but not spending it too early either. Or at least not remaining capped on rage. Unnecessarily. This is it. Not that one. Eversong was the zone I finished the fastest. I had my Eversong mounts finished first, and then my Voidstorm mounts, and then Herondar, and then now this one. Never mind. The last mount, taking so long to drop that excitement likely won't happen. Instead, relief will. Yeah, I'm a little concerned I'm gonna feel nothing. And I mean, I'm fine with that. I think it's a little disappointing for everybody else. People want to see some kind of reaction. Don't really know what we're gonna do there, but it's fine. Just want to see the mount drop. I like fishing these cargo piles. Do you think I have fishing on this character? I do. Kind of crazy you haven't gotten it yet, but it is a really nice stream activity. These have been great. Thank you. I've been enjoying myself. I've been having fun. Plus, it's always fun whenever you are like a tiny bit of a bad luck outlier, just to kind of prove that it does still happen. It's really easy for people to see the highlight reel of all the mount drops and be like, streamer luck, and I'm sure sometimes it seems like that, but you gotta get unlucky now and then to balance it out. Which mount did you want to use the most? Petal Wing for sure. The Herondar Petal Wing is the best one, IMO. I did end up enjoying the Sanguine Harrower more than I thought I would. That's kind of like the pink looking big spiny death creature from Voidstorm. That one's more fun than I thought it would be, but the Petal Wing is the best one. I think it's just unfair to have such bad luck. It's so nice to have such nice people to share it with, though. Alright, Spine Frill. Happy National Yowie Day. And to you and yours, too. At 3 of 8, stuck trying for the second in Herondar. Started ES, got both, and one from Void. Still waiting for the second from Herondar. Love the Eversong ones, especially the Dragonhawk. I think the Dragonhawk was my first one that dropped, which I was quite happy with, because it's quite a good one as well. Bless you. Welcome back. National what day? Never mind. Don't worry about it. Petal Wing, thank you for the Ariana Grande promo. Have you been listening to the album, and if so, what do you think? Necro Hexer Razga. Forgot it's a new trading post day. Time to eat some more. It is. I actually committed a dire hazel crime, which is to spend Trader's Tender before I've earned any. I bought the mount and a couple of the cheap transmogs before even filling my bar. Probably have worse luck ever. Been farming since midnight came out. Still no drop. Ugh. It's a long farm. Pango is my first drop at like 30 kills in the beginning of the X-Pack. It balances out though since I'm still only 4 of 8. Very Imogen Heat vibes. Liking her more subdued music. Not for everyone. The girls miss the loud pop sound. Yeah, I like a good... I want a beat that I can dance to, and you can kind of, sort of, and I am enjoying it for that, but it might just be not as much my genre. I was bumping Crazy Frog this morning because that's what the heart wanted. And because you forget until you've put on just like a random Crazy Frog mix just how many covers that Crazy Frog did. Got to try out the toy from Sporefall. Gotta say, I officially need to get cosmetics from that raid. I know. I didn't get them either. I don't even have the Hearthstone. I'm gonna have to go back and farm for them one day. They're pretty nice. That one's not up. I did hear there's a WoW D&D coming. I don't anticipate it having a big impact on my life, given that I haven't played D&D in a million years. Do not have a group for it. Don't know if I had the patience for it to begin with. But it's probably exciting for people that do enjoy both and wanted a crossover. The Hearthstone's amazing. So D&D is Dungeons & Dragons. It's a tabletop role-playing game. And they've announced basically like a WoW-themed expansion pack with like rule books and rule sets and stuff for... Actually, I don't know about books, but like rule sets for the various WoW subclasses to play as D&D characters and whatnot. That's not the one we want. Each day is the day of something. Today is Pinball Day and also blue music. Not the blues, just blue music. Not for me then. Yeah, it's probably not for me either. Most importantly. Uh-huh. I play both. I don't know if I'd want to WoW D&D personally, though. Sure. This character's played is 7 days and 12 hours. Not a crazy amount of time. Not nothing. WoW X D&D feels like it's just enough for me to part me with my money if the in-game pack of items are decent. Do you have like a group that would play? Or is it just kind of like a collecting thing? I would be excited if I had people to play a WoW-themed D&D game with. I am the youngest in my D&D group by like 20 years, though. Yeah, I'm boring. I feel like if I wanted to play a WoW-themed, like a WoW class in an RPG, I'm just gonna play WoW. I'm just not that creative. Or interesting. Got a D&D group for which some folks have moved. We now need to start a new game anyhow. Nice. Why would I buy it if I could just spam Moonfire and WoW? I played D&D solo, so maybe I'll buy it. Is that a thing? How do you play D&D solo? I always thought it needed like a dungeon master to be running the game, and then other people were playing the game. And I always thought that sounded like it needed a special kind of person to run the game, because what do you mean they don't even get to play? Why such bias against mechadomes? What's your meaning? Didn't know until the announcement that they had a full thing behind it with stuff releasing. I thought it was like a concept with more DIY. It's a thing. There's a whole community of solo RPG players. Really? Venn diagram, my WoW friends, my D&D group are two separate circles. I am trying to picture the solo D&D thing, and the closest thing I can come is when I was a kid, I enjoyed playing the board game Monopoly, and like sane people, none of my family liked it very much. It's not that fun. So I would have the board game in my bedroom, and I would play by myself by being various people around the board, moving the pieces, rolling the dice, buying properties, etc. And I would start like rooting for one or the other one of them to win. Yeah, is this not just creative writing with extra steps is also a thought that I had but couldn't articulate. Thank you, Bear Bakery. At what point could we just be daydreaming and enjoy all of the story without needing to do so much math? I think I'm just missing something. I think my main back in BC, which I stopped playing in BFA, and it was way over 300 days. You need an imagination for D&D. I don't have one. My issue, I think, is that I don't like abstract choices. I like, especially in a game, I like there to be constrained options. I want there to be only so many things that could happen. I want to be able to survey them and kind of pick a multiple choice style. I don't really like the nebulousness of it because I can't reckon with every possibility, and I feel like I must reckon with every possibility, and it stresses me out that I can't. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, I'm not saying people shouldn't do it. I was just trying to wrap my head around it. People enjoyed, who cares? I played some Baldur's Gate. I didn't do very well. Did the same with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Your weapons are so much taller than you. I had the same issue in music when they started trying to teach us how to improv. Is that you can't really teach someone how to improv, and I was very upset because I could learn things and I could practice things and I could learn rule sets and I could memorize the blues scales all day. But you take away the sheet music and I'm just lost. I don't know what to do. And I am overwhelmed by the infinite possibilities, and I feel like I cannot possibly make a choice until I have comprehended each of the infinite possibilities. And how does anybody live like this? Chaos. Can't stand it. I just go with, I don't know, it could be anything, right? A couple people were saying Trial of Style was buggy. Probably not just you. Couldn't change my outfit in the first round, logging to see if that fixes it. Hazel, what do you play? What do I play? I was gonna say the trumpet. A priest. A holy priest. But I'm learning how to play this for this upcoming season. I'm learning how to be a fury warrior. Oh, you were looking for the trumpet answer. The trumpet, yes. I used to when I was a kid. I haven't for many, 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 many years. I am well out of practice. I could not, I'm sure, make a delightful sound any longer. The chops are gone. The chops are chopped. I was a trumpet player. Been trying to do a Myrdrasil in Mythic, and Gnarlroot has a bug sometimes where he's stuck in the root burning phase and is so hard to kill. Spent like 40 minutes trying to kill him, only to die once he reached 2%. Oh, that's frustrating. Normal and Heroic are great though. Nice to get the transmog finally. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? Happy Saturday. You can learn improv in the sense you can learn keys, patterns of notes, and you kind of mix and match. You sound just like my teachers did. You sound just like my teachers. You just go with the flow. Do what you feel. You know. Learn a riff. Play it when it sounds good. What do you mean? Did not compute. Tried playing a priest, couldn't figure out how to get the right notes out of them. You gotta feed them a lot of helium and then go squee! Happy Saturday indeed, I'm just getting out of bed. Nice. 2 more rares left on this circuit. Ow. Oh, hi! Welcome! I didn't know you were gonna jump up here. How are you? Tuna's been working on his meow. He's nearly there, I think. If I learn 7 sounds, I can mechanically alter the patterns, pretend it's vibes. But which one do you start? Where do you go next? What's the correct order? I felt like I needed answers, and I couldn't just, like... I couldn't just noodle. I had no noodling capacity. I was never able to jam. It would just baffle me that there was an answer and I didn't know it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 2, 1, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, but like why not any other answer, I guess. I needed there to be an answer. That part was just stumping me. And I would get so frustrated because people would get very frustrated with me because I couldn't do it. Anyway, never mind. Never mind. It's okay. I'm never gonna be a jazz musician, and that's probably for the best. We can all learn to live. That response legitimately makes me wonder what happens if you put helium into bagpipes. So what bagpipes need is some way to be more memorable. Tuna's just lounging looking up at the monitor. We can still love jazz. We can enjoy jazz. We don't have to make it. You don't have to be able to do everything. I'm learning you don't have to be able to do anything. Hello? Sir? Oh yeah, he's up. Tuna's not chewing on my mouse cable, but he's kind of sitting on it. Scared that I just missed it? Welcome, Greg. Good morning. Happy Saturday. You didn't miss it. Maybe it's about to drop. Some of the best guitar players never learned to read sheet music. Yep. Sure did. Or didn't. No jazzy, nutty music anytime soon. I have not seen that movie. Hopefully you put helium in a bagpipe, it floats up out of reach of the player where it cannot hurt anyone anymore. I love, like, a bagpipe at a ceremony. We would get them at, like, Remembrance Day ceremonies, and that was always a really cool. We're looking for this. Hazel music stream when... I don't even think I could give you a C scale anymore. I mean, I know the fingering for it, but I don't think my face could do it well. You need to be a big sub goal with lots of time for practice. What kind of music do you like? I like music I can turn up really loud and dance to. The caveat being that I can't dance very well. So when I say dance, I mean like... You gotta wiggle. You wiggle like a bumblebee. Since we were talking about D&D, the bard in our group plays the bagpipes because the setting is Celtic inspired. Wow. Like at the session? That's awesome. Embouchure. Embouchure, E-M-B-O-U-C-H-U-R-E, I think. It's your musculature around your lips that let you play... Well, it's not exactly. What am I trying to say? There is musculature around your lips that lets you play a brass instrument correctly. I think your embouchure is more about, like, your posture of how you hold those muscles. Because you would need to build them up in order to play in certain registers. It takes a very good muscle control and a decent amount of strength to be able to safely play high notes on a brass instrument. You can really hurt yourself. Well, not hurt. Well, you can kind of hurt yourself. Squeezing them out when you don't have the capacity to. Hazel exposes vulnerability. Follow as she publicly relearns playing music. I don't think anything would make an online audience leave faster than poorly played brass instruments. My parents put up with it in high school because they loved me. And also they could leave the house. Oh dear. Speaking of muscles, I currently have the mobility of an 85-year-old due to trading legs. Poorly played string instruments. Yeah, that's a tough one too. Don't tell me there's stuff outside of Zul'Aman. Outside of Zul'Aman? Never been. This is my whole world. This is the life. I'm gonna pop back to Silver Moon, I think, and hi, Tuna's just like watching it like a front row IMAX movie. He's just laying on my desk. Hi, sweetheart. Do it once for the lulz. I don't even know where I've stuck the trumpet. The poor thing's probably, like, tarnished. Remember the vibe of playing trumpet for a few years, grade 6 and 7, but guitar... Oh, Tuna's turning my sound up. Guitar was perceived as way cooler and had less spit valve involved. Alright, that's just Diamondback. Is that really the only one that we found out? I guess so. Yeah, Trading Post is out. Gunslinger theme this month. I wanted to learn the clarinet as a child, and they told me my mouth was wrong. That is a new one to me. I've never heard that. Maybe they just didn't like the clarinet and didn't want you to know. Month of the Yeehaw! Tuna's being so cute. Hi. I just want to pick you up when you're rolling around like that. You're so cute. You're getting so big. Wanted to play flute. Everyone told me flute was too girly for me. Do I ever have a cowboy moment in an X-Pack? What do you mean? There's Mr. Baladash Malinore, y'all. There's some Western stuff in like the Badlands and whatever. Sister played the piccolo in Oregon State Marching Band. Wow. Flute or piccolo is the best because the case is small. My sister was a flautist, and I was always rather jealous that her instrument case was not massive and heavy and chunky like mine was, because there was a lot of hauling it around. Hers looked easier. Everybody's got it better than the tuba person, though. Piccolo is terrifying because you hear it, you're not just one of many, and if you're bad, it's noticeable. Yeah. In the first grade, a couple of teachers who were married were both fiddlers. They started a take-home a fiddle for the weekend program. Loved it. Wait, I feel like when you're a kid in school, there's nothing more exciting than getting to, like, mess with a real instrument. It's just so satisfying and fun and new and cool, and they smell good. And it's just like, man, you're really gonna let me, like, learn this thing? If I played the fiddle, I would need to have a fiddler crab. Alright, Tuna. Let's try the lightwood board. Watch out for the sound, please. Hang on a second. Hi. What are you doing? What are you doing? That was just the dog sneezing. Give me some good luck. Good lessons in taking care of things that aren't yours? Making 6-year-olds care about something probably pretty difficult. I don't think I was allowed to touch like a wind instrument until I was 11 or maybe 12. I think it was grade 7 was when we got started. They gave us ukuleles early though. Ukuleles were cheap. We were allowed to have those younger than that. Don't chew the mouse cable. Both of you like doing that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Unhand the G600. Am I gonna live? Yeah, I'm gonna live. Also, I have a poison cleanse and I'm gonna remember that this time. My first musical experience was as a snot-nosed booger-eating kid on a plastic recorder. Oh, one of those clear colored plastic recorders. Those were the cool thing. I'm pretty sure I had like a blue one that I had ordered from like a Scholastic book catalog of all places. There was like a clear see-through blue plastic recorder. Yeah, you're right. They started us on recorders before we got to ukuleles. Bless the parents for putting up with that. Those things are loud. Started band in middle school, 6th grade. Stopped when I got to high school because marching band was required and I didn't want to do that. Yeah. We didn't have marching band and I appreciated that because it looked like exercise. It looked like harder work than I was prepared to do. Oh man, Scholastic Book Club. Highlight of my year, man. Loved that. Loved it. Oh, Tuna, you're muting me. Your mutiny is muting me. Yeah, it's because Tuna's stealing focus. We've got to. we're fighting for camera autofocus supremacy. Sitting out in the freezing cold during football games in the fall wasn't what I felt like doing. We didn't. Our school, I don't think, had any sports teams, so there wouldn't have been anybody to play for anyways. But I don't think that our band would have taken kindly to being supporting characters in anybody else's show. We were way too much diva energy for that. Marching band was a PE credit in high school for me. Good trade-off. Nice. Band practice in school always met so early. You had to get to school like hours earlier. And school started early to begin with. There was a lot of dark, cold rain to be navigated with. With your instrument. I gotta do cope, course management, and engagement for PE credit. Love me my rocks and ropes class. I feel like at a certain point, like PE was, for us, was like classes for some time, where they just kind of like set a bunch of kids loose in a gym with like a bunch of dodgeballs and you just tell them to run around. And then at a certain point, it moved to like, you just gotta, it's an elective, you just gotta get your credits for it. And then at a certain point, they just let some of the kids admit that they weren't gonna exercise anymore. And you just didn't have to do it at all. And I think for one of the credits thing, I was able to just like log hours at home on a treadmill, because we happen to have a treadmill at home. And I was just able to say, yeah, I did it. And I don't remember if I did or not. I don't know if I would have lied. Maybe. Marching band folks were sneaky cool in the social hierarchy. Not as cool as jocks, but near the top, way cooler than me. Only thing I did before school early mornings was swim team and driver's ed. Oh, I would have killed to have had driver's ed at school. I probably would have learned a lot earlier if they'd done that. Got there in the end. Oh, hi, doing it. Can we get a mount? Do you think that would happen? Alright, Tiny Vermin, 1 mount, please. Took a lifestyle sports class senior year, did skiing, snowboarding, bowling, golf, go-karts. That does sound super fun. Singing madrigals and jazz choir in high school might have been my favorite part of all 4 years. No. Band was some of my favorite memories for sure. Did kayaking in high school because we were near a lake. Super fun. Alright. 1 mount, please. To scare us kids into respecting driving privilege, they had a sled-like simulator to give you the feeling of a collision at 15 miles per hour. Fun to do that. Wow, that's cool. That's crazy. Also enjoyed archery, but I was already pretty good at it because of scout camps. You guys were doing all kinds of cool stuff. College, I took bowling and yoga for PE credits. Learned a lot from both. That was fun. I'm trying to remember if there was any kind of like a yoga thing. I don't think there was. I think maybe you could get credit if you had taken one outside of school. But I'm forgetting, it's all mixing together. I feel like Tiny Vermin will drop them out because you say his name more often compared to other rares. Manifesting it. Maybe it's because his name is sayable. I guess Spinefrill's pretty easy, but some of these troll names I'm afraid of disrespecting their ancestors. I did what I'm hoping was meant to be bowling and golf. Wanted to get into the walking course, but it filled up so fast. A walking course? What's that mean? He's a funny rare. He's just a little guy. You think we could get 1,000 gold while we wait just doing this? Now, as an old boomer, hate driving, ride my bike everywhere, and wish I had that mentality when I was 15. Live and learn. Bowling? No, you're fine. I enjoyed it. He's a little tiny vermin. Field hockey, netball, tennis, sometimes running, badminton if you were lucky. Yeah, I don't remember if we had just limited options or if I just didn't engage in them because I wasn't terribly athletic. Can't really remember. Doesn't really matter. The thing I always remember being most annoyed about in PE classes where they were doing various sports is that they, as far as I can tell, either they didn't explain the rules or I missed that day. They just kind of assumed everybody already knew how to play all of the various sports. And, you know, if it's something like soccer, then sure. Ball go in net, goal, that's fine. That's all you really need for school. But some of the other stuff, like, I didn't really know what was going on and I was too afraid to ask. There was a walking course for gym. You check in with the professor at the start of class, check back in at the end, had to show your pedometer, and this was a college class. Huh. Frisbee golf, rock climbing, outdoor adventure. Yeah, this is what we're doing this week. Oh, you know what we had? Our school had, weights. I remember there was a weight room, and it was an option where they would actually teach you. Well, I don't know if anyone was teaching. I don't know if the teachers knew how to use them, but I remember the weight room because it smelled gross. It was a really musty, leathery, sweaty smell. It was really spooky, but it was kind of fun, and you would get like really nice and tired at the end of it. Imagine getting an F and walking. Can't get my Blizzard auth to work. Any suggestions? I do not know. Went to school in rural Tennessee. We were lucky there wasn't a tobacco chewing class. Did you also have line dancing lessons? We had a couple of line dancing units. They would teach line dancing and partner dancing. And of course it was traumatizing because it's cooties, you know. Saw that high schools these days have mountain biking as a sport. I was born in the wrong time. I wonder if my local school would be cool if a 50+ guy shows up to that class. What you need to get into your local like rec center, community center classes. That's where you want to be the beginner 50-year-old mountain biker. I don't know, giving teenagers a bunch of mountain bikes on school hours just sounds like a massive liability. Yeah, we had square dancing. Little past my school days, so we got square dancing. If I was 18 and in university someone said, oh, you have to do PE, I would have rioted. Yeah. You failed walking. I'll have to take remedial crawl and come back next year. I have a cute little kitty sleeping on my desk. Mr. Murloc, would you give me one mount, please? No, he will not. Got the Pango from that guy. Maybe he'll give it to me. Could be the one. Nope, not that time. funny. There's a little bit of chat delay, so every time I kill a rare and see that I didn't get the mount, I then see a couple of messages pop up that are like, this is it, I can feel it. I'm in the future. I know what happens. Maybe this guy will drop it. See if Mr. Oaktalon's up. I'm running out of childhood memories to plumb for content. I haven't done enough things since childhood as an adult to talk about. I think my life is passed in a blur of World of Warcraft and YouTube and Twitch. Scrolling Reddit and watching YouTube videos. Questing mobs in TBC during time walking scaled to 90? Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I think there's a slightly longer delay on YouTube. There is a delay on both, though. No luck? Go see if Mr. Crabman's up. Clean up the bags a little bit. Yeah, it could be the housing endeavor. That definitely scales his own. Bring me about. Oh, he's up. Next one. I can feel it. Eventually it's gonna be true. One day someone's gonna be right. Not bad time. Might have some upgrades to put on at some point. What about our rings? No, those are 133. Need to push myself another 2,000 rep to be level 12. You got big plans for what you're gonna do with the extra space? I can't believe how big this kitten got. Mr. Tuna was so small. So recently. It was just yesterday you were like the size of my hand. I could hide the whole kitten in my hand. And now he's like... big. Put together an aquarium build yesterday. It was fun. Oh! Tell me about it. What do you do? What do you got? I gotta do some maintenance on mine. I need a good water change day. Oh, you might mean in your house. Your WoW house. I also want to hear about it. If that's the case. Could be either. Lost actually. Budget's nice though. Yeah, I know I want to work on my kitchen more, but I don't know exactly what I want to do. I guess put together like an oven. Wow, house, gotcha. My plants in my 20-gallon long tank are actually doing quite well, IRL. I think it's the only aquarium I have that has a real light on it. And the plants are pretty happy. I need to trim them again and replant more of them. I would plant some of those trimmings in one of these tanks, but I don't want to do it without upgrading their lights. This month's journey seems harder than most. For the trading post? Try all the style options. Getting a little cold. After we get to the end of this character, we can do a midstream break and get up and get some blood flow again. Try to remember that we're alive. Oh my god, both of the kitties are sleeping in here and they're so cute. Tuna's curled up on the desktop and then Kiki's sprawled out on the dog bed. Just got my last Void Storm out, just one more in Herondar. Grat Steph. You're so close. Welcome to the last mount. I got the motorcycle mount from the trading post at some earlier opportunity. I think I might have gotten it from the original promotion. Or something. I had it already. I did buy the buzzard. Alright, Mr. Devouring Invader, I would like one mount, please. And then I'll leave you alone forever. Like that they're doing a lot of flower crowns. Yeah, it's a nice model. I feel like they're finding some really nice models to do in, like, every color. I'm glad that they didn't just do, like, 3 things and then stop with that concept. Can't have too many flower crowns. I like the thigh-high boots they're doing, too. I've been buying them, not even to use on my gnome, but just to use on something else eventually. No mount, huh? Speaking of, let me see what they look like on this character. They're boots, right? Oh, they're probably like boots. High boots, yeah. So these are the new boots that I got. I have cloudy ones, I have black ones. I think I also got the white ones, yeah. And then you could have those with the legs of your choice. They go over top of something like this, which is kind of neat. You've got some options there. Gonna be set for Delve Keys? Probably gonna reset, right? Yeah, they tuck into pants, actually, which is neat. Kind of forget what I was wearing before. Oh, these ones. Yeah, alright, sure. Pop it on. Surprisingly like the white and black contrast. The BM Hunter so thrilled to have quiver options. All we really had was the Legion bows. Yeah, more quivers are always nice. I feel like we've had quite a few from Trading Post, though. I feel like I've got a good selection of Trading Post quivers. Okay, I'm gonna get up and I'll be right back. Burp. Okay, we're back. We're back. We're gonna do another character. I think maybe Hunter. What do you think? Nice puppy, right? That's my Mr. Bull. I get up and I walk out of the room to take a stream break. And Tiki, like, gets out of bed, follows me, runs after me saying that. He's going, "Merp, merp, 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 merp." And you have food in your bowl. Yeah, and you have water. And your box is clean. What else do you want? I don't know what you want. The montages of sleeping dog just aren't fair. You can come sit if you want. It's nice up here. Want to hear a not so fun fact? Did you know there's a spider that can fly? Is it still a spider? Goodness. Alright. Yeah, I feel like this hunter's using a quiver that she's had for a while. Maybe it is one of the Legion ones, though. Maybe I'm just mixing those up. Flighter, surely. Alright, see if we can get lucky. Any good, any good rares up? Anyone want to drop anything? Alright, we got a rare. Brazil rains spiders on occasion. I don't think that I would care for that very much. My hair's pretty fluffy. If there's any bugs falling from the sky, I'm gonna be taking a few of them inside with me. What can I do for you? Nothing from that guy. Something to do with their web being negatively charged when interacted with a positive charged environment. Works akin to a hot air balloon and they can travel for thousands of miles like this. Do they know where they're going? They have like a show to see in New York and they gotta make it? Why would you put that fear in my head? I feel like I have about the average fear of spiders. I don't really want them on me. They make me feel the spooky feelings when I see them moving and whatnot. But I do think it's funny that humans, as such big, stompy, strong creatures, are so afraid of them when, like, some of them are genuinely quite dangerous, but I don't know. It's funny, they're like this big. Mostly. Oh, hi Tiki. You guys both gonna sit up here? They can also use it to windsurf. Alright, Elder Oak Talon. One mount, please. For these little kitties. If it wants to bite me, and I require a magnifying glass and a field notebook to determine if that bite is fatal, I feel justified in my caution. Yeah, caution for sure. I don't know if they want to bite you. I don't know if that's like their goal. Tiki's busy grooming Tuna and getting them all soggy. YouTube stream. Hi Corey, how you doing? We're living the life in Zul'Aman. Trying to corral. Well, I'm not really corralling the kitties. They're doing fine. They're both on my desk. I wonder if I can get a shot of them here. Hang on. Oh. I think that's about it. I heard a rare. More or less. Who do we got? Let's go see it. Still traumatized by the Arachnophobia movie. I must have missed that one. Hey Hazel, how's the weekend? Hi Frankie. Can't complain. Nice and comfy. I got two healthy cats chewing on each other in front of me. I got some nice WoW mount farm to do and some people to share it with. Checked under bed covers for years, every night. Pretty good weekend. made some middle schooler watch that last Halloween. They still haven't forgiven me. I'm torn between wanting to ask more details about this thing that you guys have all heard of that I haven't heard of, and knowing that I almost certainly don't want to hear any more about it. I probably should just go, and move on. Leave well enough alone. Keep meeting to mount farm, keep leveling up ults. I am kind of sort of doing both. Uh-oh. Stay away from the audio mixer. Kitties are deciding if they want to cuddle or if they want to battle. Farming horrific visions to get the illusion of void edge. Nice. Used to be terrified of spiders, moved into an apartment that's infested with them, can't move out, so I had to get used to it. Oh, tune in my sound. Alright, guys. If you guys are gonna do that, you can do it, but not on my desk. 1, 2. There we go. Okay. Where are we heading? Working as intended, right? Yeah, we only have 2 types of actually dangerous spiders around here, and they're around, but you'd have to really stick your hand in some place to actually get bit by one. Like, they're not hunting you down. Hope today will be the lucky day. Thanks, Alex. Me too. I'm gonna hope for that too. Nothing. Come on, Ficus. Yeah, they're just wrestling. They didn't quite go super crazy during their crazy o'clock today. They're missing out on some zoomies. Any spider actually hunt you down though? I don't think so. What am I doing? I'm heading this way. How many achievements? 5,340 for a total of 42k.6 points. You just kind of accumulate them as you go. And this one's not up. How many years? 18? No. What year is it? It's 2026? 17. Fully forgot you can do the same raid in another character. Yep. Raid lockouts are not warbound. You can use alts to repeat a raid within the same week. One of the cornerstones of mountain mog farming. How much Hazel is farming these mounts compared to how little I'm farming them is giving me less and less hope to actually get them all. I think we're getting a little unlucky with this last one. Prior to this, I only had like a couple of days of streams between mount drops. This last one's being a little stinky. Anybody home? I used to think lockouts were account wide, so I used to do raids just once a week. That's a pretty humane amount of mount farming. If none of them are up, we might just pop war mode back off again. Someone else is farming them on the shard. Always kind of spiders. Don't smash them, just move them outside. Give them the directive, please eat all the mosquitoes you can stomach as I place them gently down. Your kindness will not be forgotten. I'm intermittently murderous versus merciful with spiders. They gotta catch me on the right day. If I'm feeling generous, I will catch them and release them outside. And if I am feeling less mojo, I I don't even do my dirty work myself. I bid my husband to do it for me. And he asks if I want it killed, and I say, I don't care what you do. I just want it gone. And then murder is generally how that proceeds. Should really get up and let them outside more often. I feel like my karma's taken a little bit of a hit. This is probably why this mount won't drop. Not enough saved spiders. Although plenty of the time I just look the other way and pretend I didn't see them. Returned with breakfast and coffee, ready to alt level. Where you start? What class you doing? Need to set up Mount Hygel dailies and a Horde character to finally slash wave at Mancrick. They finally made that a stupid achievement account wide. I've been waiting since 2018. I don't know if I've heard of that achievement. House spiders in the UK don't survive outside. I do feel guilty putting them out there. I just always assume any spider that I find must be able to survive outside, because otherwise, what would it do? What would it do without me? Oh yeah, that's right. I was just gonna turn this off. Gal does the same. Use a glass cup. Mosquitoes are dead. They must understand this for my generosity. Yeah, I like a cup and then a piece of like cardboard or paper to like slide under it to seal it off. That's my bug catching method of choice. Good evening, all. UK here. Good evening. It is 11 in the morning for me here, west coast of Canada. Nice sunny day. Not super hot. Maybe the sunshine will start to ripen some of my tomatoes. I've got lots of green tomatoes. They haven't started to ripen just yet. They're probably about to get there. Have we met as part of the Veteran of the Molten Front meta? Daily that would spawn random NPCs you have to wave at, with 2 being opposite faction. Oh, wow. You guys don't just nuke the house and find a new place to live every time you see a bug. Rares don't spawn in any particular order. I think they have a variable spawn time after they die. We don't know an exact time, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was somewhere in the 10 to 20 minute range. Before it comes back up again, so it just depends on how long since the last person killed it. Just here melting to death on the west coast. Oh. Instantly made me smell a good fresh garden tomato. I have a cutie little garden snake living outside. Every time I surprise it, it just goes... Hi. To be fair, I'm in the armpit of California. An armpit sounds like a human place to be. One mount, please, maybe? Mr. Devouring Invader? Or Mrs. Devouring Invader? Shouldn't assume. Didn't ask. Ma'am? No. Feel bad for people scared of snakes in the next patch. I was reading some forum threads about that, because that thought crossed my mind as well. Like, we have the arachnophobia filter for the spider thing. And I was wondering, because there are people with genuine phobias of snakes, and I'm sure it's not universal to all of them, but some people were chiming in on that thread, saying that the WoW snakes don't trigger their snake fear reflex because they don't really behave like actual snakes. They're like standing up, they're walking around. It's not quite as triggering as like a WoW spider that's moving like a spider and looking like a spider but just big would. It's a bit of a different thing. He's looking the mount drop already, starting to feel bad. But it's not my personal experience, so I can't speak to it. I'm sure everyone's gonna have a different thing of it. Oh, don't feel bad. I'm having a lovely time. Okay, good. I don't have it. I was like, there's no way that I just have that, right? No, I don't have that achievement. Not one of the ones on my list. What's been your most unlucky grind overall? Probably either Midnight from Legion Kara or the Swarmer mount from Nazmir. The blood tick, the Nazmir thing. Yeah, new trading post day. I went and picked up the new Buzzard mount. Those Molten Friend achievements took a lot of effort over a long period of time. I was very dedicated for a while. Man, this character's not finding rares. I should probably just park her and then grab another one. Try it again later, or just keep moving. I've got enough ults that we can just keep it moving. We tried in war mode, we tried out of war mode, and those are my... That's what I got. Yeah, I've got at least 3 more good RP Realm ults to use, and we got like 55 minutes. I bet we can get maybe 20, 30 more rare kills. Oh my god, Nazmir, I remember farming that into 2x4 with you on a New Year's stream. Yeah. It was something like 42,000 kills, and I wasn't personally responsible for all of them because we were doing it in a 2x4. But it was only supposed to be like a 1 in 1k or 1 in 2k drop rate, so 42k kills was kind of aggressive. Pardon me, bug in my throat. Should probably stop jumping off of stuff and just trusting that my flame form is gonna work. Darkmoon Fair starts tomorrow, runs through the last week of Time Ways, last week for lots of XP. I wonder if I should do Cat Mint. I just can't leave until I get this mount. Good luck with the rares today. I got Marrowfang to drop while doing weekly checks. Nice! Congrats, Frederick! That's an awesome mount. I love that one. I don't know if I ever got it. That might be one of the ones I'm missing still. But yeah, how many attempts did we have for Midnight before it dropped? It was like 400 and something on a 1% drop, supposedly. Every now and then you're just gonna be the outlier. One mount, please, Mr. Murloc. 473, yeah. That one was really sending chat around the bend, I remember. People were starting to really think something was broken, or that I had it in my bank, or like there had to be some reason why it hadn't dropped yet. It couldn't possibly just be that much bad luck. The human brain really does not like to accept randomness to that degree. Oh, level 83, wow, look at that. I guess the number, it was right. Why do I remember this? I've been around. It's come up a few times. I don't usually remember. That tiny cute bird was gonna run up and fight you, but died immediately. I have 1,190 mounts. According to Mount Journal of Hand, somewhere around there. I'm sure give or take 1 or 2, depending on what character we're on and what count we're using. I somehow get lucky with rare drops, but incredibly unlucky with common ones. I farmed the pet that drops from mobs in Korthia for months, still never gotten one, and my PF finally gave me one because he had like 20. Was it like an eyeball or something? I'm trying to remember that one. Have you done tier 6 ritual sites? Yeah. I did them for... There was an achievement for doing them with all 8 challenges on tier 6 for both of them, and we did that for the Ritual Breaker title. My trick was just to do it slow as hell. 1 pull at a time. Minimum size pulls. There's no time limit. You can take as long as you want. So just take it super, super slow. You know, use whatever consumables you need. Use your best geared character. Maybe change your spec around a bit if you need to have more interrupts and stops. Didn't realize how many abilities on a paladin required a 2-handed melee weapon. I guess I'm delving in prot. Yeah, they're picky about that. 1 mount? No? Okay. What do you get from tier 6 ritual sites? Well, there's that achievement in the title, Ritual Breaker. What else do you get? Stuff, I'm sure. Gear. The tokens you trade for more gear. Marl. I forget. I did them for the achievement and then never again. You excited for the new zone that has 2 more mount drops from the rares there? I will be. Maybe. Well, let's not guarantee excitement. I will play them. I will farm that, but not until I get this last mount. If the new patch comes out and I'm still farming this mount, then I'm gonna still farm this mount. I'm committing to that. Rewatch the Midnight. Do you think when the Pango drops you're also gonna cry? No, not a chance. I would bet you a lot of money that I won't cry. And I'm not even a gambling person. That one was like late at night. It was at like the end of a long day. And like months of farming that instance. And also I was younger and squishier then. I've gotten old and my feelings have ossified into crusty, unmoving bone. Yeah, Midnight was a long saga. The add-on tracking the rare is called Rare Scanner. Rare Scanner. Whoa, 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 whoa. It was also New Year's. Yeah, last all to the stream. You can't write stuff like that. Still partly farming the TBC Midnight Horse. Have the Legion one. Gotten old and feel nothing. I still feel stuff, but as much as I enjoy WoW, it doesn't command as many of my feelings anymore. It's got a place in my life, but it's not as central. It's not as important as it used to be. After the Kybasa kill, it was like she was checking the mail. That was hard, man. That was so hard. Still don't have the rare golden eye pet from the Elite Eyes and the Maw. That, I think, is what I was thinking of. That's probably the one I was thinking of. I got quite lucky with that one, actually. That one dropped without a lot of issue for me. Yeah, I heard the Lynx recipe and the Lynx leash are kind of annoying to get from ritual sites. I got lucky and I got the Lynx leash and then I just work ordered it from somebody that had the recipe because I wasn't even a leather worker. Lots of rares up on this shard. Fun fact, I killed Kybasa 20 minutes before Midnight officially launched. I was level 90 and had some gear from early access. I was able to get the title and the feat of strength, but it was a little scummy. I don't think so. 200k in Illidan. Is it cheaper in a different realm? That is expensive. I wouldn't spend 200k for a pet. I've pulled both of these and I didn't really mean to. Let's try to get the caster down. There we go. Long loot window, no mount. Gonna water my plants, the mount will drop before I get back. Oh, I'm not even mining. Let me see about the golden eye. Undermine, exchange. Oh no, you're right, that is the cheapest price that it is. 200k is the cheapest one on NA. Wow, I thought that just was your realm and that it would be like 50k somewhere. I didn't realize that was the cheapest one in general. They go for like 400k normally. Check added to my favorites, hopefully catch a poor unknowing soul. I don't know if there's a lot of souls left killing things in the maw that are unknowing. It's possible. I don't think you end up there unless you know what you've done. What if this guy drops them out? He might. He's got nice eels. No. Maybe I'll feel like going back to the maw in another year or so. Yeah. There we go. What's the oldest mount that you're still hunting for? Still after Mim's head. Ooh, that's a good question. When I started mount farming, I was vaguely working chronologically, starting with the oldest one, so I have a lot of the older mounts that are gettable anyways. Come on, bing mount drop. What is the oldest one that I'm still working for? It might be a BFA mount like Rust Feather. BFA has a few of them. Rust Feather and Arachnoid Harvester. I'm not really actively working on it, but I do still technically need it. Are there older ones than that? Let me look at Simple Armory. If I pull up this, and I'm looking at my own mount collection, this is everything, and it's kind of like you can see which ones are filled in and not filled in. So for War Within, I have Royal Voidwing and none of the other raid drop mounts. When we go back to Classic, there's not a whole lot there. There's Death Charger's Reigns from Strathholm, and then there's the Winter Spring mount. I have all the TBC ones. I have all the Wrath ones. I have all the Kata ones. The Mop one I'm missing is Glory the Org Raider, so I guess that's technically the oldest one. But am I working on that? I don't know. And then I don't have, there's a few that I'm missing from WoD as well. 2 of the Garrison Invasion mounts. 1 from the Rare in Nagrand, and then 1 from the Tanan Jungle Rares as well. So a few WoD mounts. A Mop mount. Nothing from earlier, though. What's your favorite English-speaking accent? South African. World drops from Wrath. What do you mean? Which ones? That's how I did it too. My oldest drop is Rookmar, I think. Hello, how you doing? Happy Saturday. I don't know if my game brightness is high. My IRL brightness is kind of high. It's sunny right now. Oh, that's just the elite ones. Cat on my lamp. If anything, I keep my game brightness, I think, a smidge, maybe a smidge up. Yeah, I put my game on 1.2. So, good eye. It is a tiny bit brighter than normal. I feel like it just helps me see stuff. I I think next remix will be BFA, but that might just be wishful thinking because I would like the next remix to be a BFA. Kind of hoping we get WoD remix. Pray the garrison mounts are just part of that for some reason. Yeah, it would be annoying if they did it and then it wasn't. Hazel, hope you're well. Hi, Angie. Doing fine. I am kind of leveling my ults while farming the rares. I didn't really set out to, but I ran out of 90s to farm the rares on, and I have a handful of 80s that I made during Legion Remix, and I made them on different servers, so it's a bit easier for them to find rare spawns at because they're on various RP servers. So I've been getting some experience for them just while I kill rares. It's not very fast, but it is working. Sand Jungle Rare is a complete gamble. You can get dupes. Yup. I also find it really hard to make it to one of those rares while it's alive. You have to kind of be camped at the right one, and it's hard to know which one's going to spawn next. And I find that even fairly recently, well, not that recently, I haven't tried in a while, but like there were enough people around that they would kill it before you got there. If you didn't happen to be camped out at the right one. My roommates are gone until Monday, and their cat is being very persistent with wanting to be on my lap. Aww. Kitty wants some company. This is your time to secretly bribe it with more treats than it's normally allowed to have so that it's your best friend forever. Gotten all the finery for transmogs except one, and you can't complete that last one yet anyway. Wow, that's pretty thorough. Yeah, this is the last rare. For this one, I probably won't camp for it. I'll clean up my bags. If it spawns while I'm cleaning up my bags, then we'll kill it. I've got some garbage I need to deal with here. Look at all these reinforced Amani hafts here. Let's make a few of these things. I just had enough pieces for one warrior spear. I would take 500 gold for it. The leather's not bad, actually. I've been skinning a few rares, and that's worth more than what I've been making mining, really. Funny, I'm wearing just the same pieces and I upgrade them by 6 item levels at a time as I get upgrades. Yep, that's it. We can vener the rest of it. Technically, my room begging me for attention way more than she bothers them, but I'm allergic to cats, so my tolerance has limits. Maybe that's why she likes you so much. She wants what she can't have. Cats love it when you play hard to get. Still fishing? Fishing for the Zul'Aman mount. I'm gonna be fishing for the Netherstar mount eventually, but I haven't started that one yet. Hated the midnight half pant skirt situation. It's like a clear light gray in the trading post. It wouldn't have bothered me that much if they hadn't had the gall to call it midnight colored. Midnight? Are you serious? That's barely dusk. Oh, I didn't see if there's like a two-handed agi weapon that I should have used. Maybe. It's like foggy morning. It's a London fog. It's midnight in a big city with lots of light pollution. Yeah. Hello, Mortu. How are you doing today? Happy Saturday. Hazel, I'm thinking of getting back to WoW. Would you say it's a good point to rejoin, left at the end of the War Within? Yeah, I think so. We're just gearing up for a brand new patch, so it's a good jumping in point. We're about to get a... what do they call it? Something Ulatek. Snake patch. We're getting trolls and snakes. Snakes on terrain. Well, it didn't spawn while I was waiting, but now I feel like it's going to. Look at how many Amani hafts I got compared to wraps and then the arrowheads. It's funny. These are warbound, so you could use your warbank to kind of collect them all, but... Cursive Ulatek. Her name is Oni, short for Professor Onyx from Magic the Gathering. Aw. Alright, I give up. Oh! That's all it takes! That's all it takes. Look, here, we'll jinx it. I give up. I don't want the mount. I don't even need it. It's been too many attempts. I cannot bear this grind any longer. Woe is me. I simply cannot go on. Darn it, I thought it was gonna work. Yeah, we didn't want it anyway. Next character. There wasn't enough conviction. You gotta say it like you mean it, Hazel. Are you guys coming for my acting? Are you insulting my performance? Wow. You're on my list. You're all on my list. Well, it didn't seem genuine. Listen, I was told that when I had a stream chat that they would all, yes person me. Where is my unearned validation? Want you to know that I'm actively doing a similar hunt in ZA, but I have the Pango and not the Sharp Talon. Best of luck to you. May the zone cooperate eventually. I offer you praise for your chosen activity. The best chats always bully the streamer. That's a dangerous game. Salty because I wasn't playing during the War Within, and now I can't get the turtle mount from spending way too much money on Steel Series stuff. Uh-huh. We're not angry. We're not upset that they put him out for way too much money spent in Steel Series stuff. We're upset that we missed the opportunity to spend such money, right? Is that where... am I getting that right? It's not that they did it, it's that we just weren't there to give them the money. Narsanil, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Start playing Elliott Smith as background music. I haven't heard of that artist. A little bit of both. I'll just give you a hard time. I don't have it in me to be worried about promo mounts anymore. If anything, I'm actively avoiding them while they're out, and then once they're gone, you can't get them. No point in worrying about it. The way I see it, you dodged a bullet. I've paid the pet tax. Ian's watching the stream, personally manipulating the loot table for you to not get them out. This is because this is for my lack of enthusiasm about the shop, right? I don't know. I don't think Ian would take that personally. There's too many. It's impossible to keep up. There we go. Yeah. They do a lot of... They've been running a lot of promotions in the past year. Especially when you include, like, decor. They've done some really random, obscure decor promos. Life's a little easier if you just kind of let them slip by you. Maybe this guy will drop them out. Missed the Pinterest one. I looked at the Pinterest one and I went, nope, not doing that. I think I mentioned it in a news video back when I did those. But then I was like, I absolutely not. I did do the Zillow one. That was easy enough. I quit right before housing. Is it cool? Yeah, I think it's cool. It's very customizable. It lets you really personalize your spot. It's like the perfect housing sandbox. It's completely optional. There's plenty of people that either did it once and never again or like won't really mess with their house, but if you like that kind of feature in other games, the WoW one is really good. Yeah, the neighborhoods are cool. It's a very atmospheric place to walk around. I like the Alliance one a bit better than the Horde one, but you can have your house in whichever. Love the idea of housing, but I suck at it. Hey, y'all. Hey, Mr. Sonic Jen. Like, once you're done, is it a trophy case or is there content? Not so much with the content. There's more... It's a very collecting-based thing, so there are different, like, factions of people that will come and stay at your neighborhood, and you can do content for them to get currency that you can buy decor with. But none of it's going to tie into, like, the power of your character. Necessarily. Or, like, to an unavoidable extent. There's, like, a weekly quest if you want. What I like about WoW housing is that everyone gets a house. Yeah, me too. I like having persistent neighbors. I like that when I go up the hill to my house, I can see Flabby's house just down the hill. You can't miss it. Even if he hasn't played in a while. You can't mistake his yard. Plants watered. Where is the mount? Right? Maybe Murloc has it. WoW one is so good that they're implementing changes to the Final Fantasy one. What mount did he just use? The Amani Dragonhawk. It's an old TCG mount. I'm one of those weirdos that kind of liked garrisons. I have 3 max level tunes, and then somewhere in the neighborhood of 33 characters total, 32 or 33, that are 80 plus, but only 3 at level 90. I'm running a lot of characters that are not max level, so this character is 82. Plenty of my characters are kind of 80 through 83 that I'm using. It's really just as many as I can do within a 3-hour stream. I'm farming 3 hours a day, 5 days a week, and I've been doing that for the last couple of weeks here. The only way to see how many rares you've killed in total is if you've been using an add-on like Rarity. And indeed, the only functioning version of that right now is like an alpha version of it, so you gotta fiddle to get that running. And then to have had it on from the start, there's no way to see it retroactively. I don't have a count for how many rares I've killed. Welcome back, kitties. How you doing? I put up very scuffed pride flags in my WoW yard in June. Nice. One of my one of the people in my neighborhood was using stuff to write on a sign. Like, he had a big sign, a billboard that he made in his yard facing one of our other guildies' house, just saying hi and then his name written out on the sign. Farming these guys all season for the mount drop, have yet to get one. They're pretty rare. They don't just fall from the sky, is what I'm finding. I have the count. Hi, tiny vermin. One mount, please. At some point since this morning, my cat Tuna dragged the cushion from his cat tree bed down his cat tree and then into my office and then left it here. And I didn't notice him doing that, which is funny, because I put that in his tree this morning before I started stream. So he's taken it down at some point since then. You'd think I would have noticed that. Clean it. I don't know what his deal is. He loves taking the cushions out of the cat tree and then dragging them all over the house. The other cat just wants to sleep on them normally. He just wants to have a little cushion in the cat tree bed. I should throw them through the wash and see if that helps. Who is unplugging my monitor? What do you think you're doing? Can you look? Hey! Kiki! Kiki! Don't do that. It's really unfair to the cats. I have like 10,000 things plugged in my office. I have more equipment than any one person really needs to play WoW and run a stream. Far too many dangly cables. Very unfair. Bless you. How's the ringworm disaster going? Thankfully, fingers crossed, I think we're over it. They've been out of jail for... how long? They've been out of jail for a month or so? No one's shown any signs of relapsing. No more of it has cropped up on any of the people or the pets. I think we got it. Thank God. That was awful. It was awful. Have your cats ever destroyed something expensive? Depends on your definition of destroyed. I don't think so. There's some damage, but I don't know. It wasn't anything that wasn't damaged already. They can rip up... oh, like a TV or something? No. Also, I think my TV is worth like $100 tops. It's cheap and vaguely breaking. Great news. I had ringworm once as a kid and I hated it. I got it for the first time as an adult because of these kittens. That was a new experience for me. It was not my favorite one, but now I know. How much destruction does he need to do to be called Tiki Terror? Now, the most expensive thing about the cats is just was just their health. They just needed a lot of vet care as babies. But they're doing so good now. It's worth it. Nothing there. Why not? My elf is in full cowboy cosplay. Kind of a great trading post. I'm surprised by how hard this trading post is going with people. I didn't know if it was going to be a big spending month, but you're not the only person I've heard get kind of excited about it. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's so stressful. Spent like 2,700 tokens. I spent 800, which is a lot for me. I wanted that new buzzard mount. That's enough mount farming today, bud. Hunter is fully decked out in the cowboy cape. This lady needs health potions. Oh, these are coming up in price. I had a recovered item, but it's just an abrasive sand. Scared me for a second. Might be the best trading post they've had in a while. I bought the mount and the other mount from previous months that I didn't get, but I ended up getting a lot of the weapon mugs. Yeah, it's nice that they brought the chest stuff back too. Give people another crack at that. Been looking forward to that sunlit petal weave mog. I rolled my eyes at the theme, but yeah, I liked it. It's always fun when they give you a mog that's a bit different, that sort of stands out from everything we've had so far. Nordrasil with 10 gift subs. Thank you so much. Appreciate it very much. Congrats to those who got them. See a couple familiar names there. Allison to picking one up. Also, not to call it a lurker name, but I'm obsessed with Sandshrew Andrew. Sandshrew Andrew. Fantastic. 10 out of 10. No notes. Let's go check on Spinefrill. Can you believe there's only 20 minutes left in today's stream? This one's gone by in kind of like a warm blur. Also, the cat's opened my window and it's getting bright in here. They're cracking the curtain. One mount, please. As a fellow Andrew, I approve this message. Alright. One mount, please. Where is it? Maybe Poacher Ravik is up. Bruno, what are you doing? The good news about the cats getting into trouble is they have a limited battery with which to do it, so eventually, eventually they will settle down. It's just a matter of time. Sad that all the blacksmithing craftable weapons require level 90. This guy's up too. I got a whole shard to myself, it looks like, on this realm. If only... If only the mount would drop. One mount, please. I'm gonna have like a whole batch of 80s leveled to 90 just by doing this. All my remix alts. Doesn't even feel like it could drop anymore. After this, after we check for one more rare on this hunter, we can whip out our mage, get to combustioning things. I don't know what that chat pop-up was. Like a supply crate thing, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, we've got a cute tiny rabbit in the yard. What's the mount count at? 7 out of 8. Unless you mean my total mount count, in which case it's like 1190. Yeah, I need to look at the cute stuff channel in the Discord. Pull it up for a sec. Catching up on pet pics. Cute stuff. Oh. Oh my god, it's a baby. Oh hey, our guy's up. Is the Amani Dragonhawk an attempt at manifesting another Amani mount? Someone just mentioned it on stream the other day and I pulled it out. It was kind of fit the theme. Alrighty, one mount please. Oh. I didn't even lust. Mindful mount farming, hello for the UK. Hello. How you doing? How's your day been? Nothing. Let's take it back to the village. Such cute face fur patterns. They're just babies. It's okay. We got 15 minutes left and one more ult to use. This isn't over yet. Could still happen today. What comes first? Hazel gets this mount or I get the love rocket? Well, let's see. It's August. Oh my god, it's August. August is upsetting because it means there's really only a couple of, like, 1 month left of, I gotta make sure I get to the rest of my summer chores before the rainy season sets in. Send some of that rain this way. The lawn's a bit dormant. Yeah. I kind of don't mind a dormant lawn because I mow it less. Let it get a little crispy in the summertime and take a little time off of yard work. Alright. Lurking these streams for days now, and I'm starting to question if this mount even exists. You were so lucky. I was really lucky for a while, yeah. I was on a pretty hot streak. I guess the luck had to end sometime. Do like the break from mowing, but our yard is starting to look a little deserty. What is that clip you're talking about? Is it just when I accidentally swore yesterday? Happy for Hazel's enthusiasm for camera equipment. Yep, that's it. That's the one. I'll leave it up. I'll allow it. Don't get used to it. What? It's a nice camera. Sending good fortune for your last few minutes. Thank you very much. Don't mind me not remembering how to do this. Something Pyroblast. Any luck? No? Okay. Maybe Mr. Oak Talon will drop my mount. Oh, he's here. It's a good start. Trying to recover my health before I pull it. This character is not powerful enough to do these things willy-nilly. I think it's the Impaling Brambles that I want to kick. I think Earthbolt is bait, yeah. Always seems to be the ugliest plants that survive the heat. There's a few types of plants that are like ground cover succulents. Some sedums and some sempervivums, some hennin chicks, that will thrive in my climate even though it gets very dry sometimes and very, very wet sometimes. And I appreciate that because they can live through anything and they always look nice. So I'm kind of allowing those to occupy anywhere in my garden that they want to. Until I decide to do anything different with it. But it's great because it can be drought and they're fine, and it can be wet and they're fine. It can be summer, winter, cloudy. And they're just going to kind of cover the land and keep it together and look nice and flower once in a while. Zero, thank you very much for the 34-month resub. Appreciate it. We're a little too north and a little too wet for a lot of outdoor succulents, but there's a few that work and they're brilliant. Maybe I should just plant more. Just lean in. Love me a garden I can ignore. I want a garden that looks like I care, but with none of the actual follow-through. I care very seasonally. Succulents cat-friendly. Surprised to find lavender very toxic to cats. A lot of succulents are irritating to cats if they chew on them. But they're also not like bouncy and wiggly in a way that entices cats to chew on them, so it kind of comes down to your individual cat. And if that's something that they're gonna bother or not. I don't worry too much about anything that's outdoors in my yard because my cats are indoors only. But I did downsize some houseplants. Spinefill is not here. How many attempts? No idea. I don't have a count. I wish I did. I wish I had answers. Call it 36 hours worth of farming. Aloe vera, easy to grow. You can use the oil. Also, gotta be careful with pets though. Not cat safe. You need the bird or the bear? I have 7 out of 8 of the drop mounts. I only need the pango. That's it. King's so precious when she buries her head under my arm and is purring. Thought it was another bear. There is a bear for like a treasure in this zone, and I do have that one. There are Amani bears. But yeah, it was the eagle and the pangolin for the rare drop mounts here. I'm doing this, but it's not a good idea because my cooldowns aren't up yet. Let's use mirror image. And alter time, and we'll have combust up in a few seconds. Now look. 1,000 thingy bear? The 1,000 thingy is an eagle, and I don't have that. You're thinking of the hex eagle, I think. Hexed vile feather eagle. I do not have that. I don't know where this is from. Farm that one. What a pain. Oh, devouring invaders out. All right. Come see me over here. Surprise mount, please. I would like one mount. Just one. when you can just keep pyroblasting. That's fun. Nothing there. Gosh. At some point I might need to cave and go find them some leveling weapons. My hunters get a bow from, I think Poacher Ravik drops a bow. Someone does, anyway. But, my casters aren't getting any weapons. There's a rare that drops one in, I think, Eversong, but I don't know if I want to do that. It's not hard, but I'm just being stubborn. It's not a Zul'Aman rare. Nothing there. Just trying to recuperate my health back before we move on. I like how she recuperates by frying things. It's restfuls whipping out your cast iron pan. Running Nighthold? Always get lost. 1 drop chance per rare per day per character, so you can use a bunch of alts. Any alt that's level 80 or higher can kill these rares. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, no problem. I used to get lost in Nighthold too. Especially once I got to the courtyard. Too many directions to go. For me, Castle Nathria was a maze. I have a really bad case of passenger syndrome where whenever I'm raiding a raid when it's current, I'm always following other people. I can't find my way back to a boss if I'm the only one that died and is running back. I have no idea where to go. I need other people to like escort me or summon me. I never learned my way around. No higher drop chance in the first kill or anything. It's not like a holiday mount. It's a good question. What dress does Orca have on? I will look into it in a second. Yeah, Hazelnutty Lemming, that's right. One mount, please. No. It is called the Arcano Shatter Robes. Arcano Shatter Robes. I want to say WoD Season 1. I don't know that, though. I'd have to wowhead it. I'm just gonna finish this lap on this character. We got 3 more rares to check on. And then we're at the end of our time. It went so fast today. I feel like I just sat down like yesterday or the day before. Like this whole week is just kind of blurred together. There's worse things I could do with my time, right? Nope, not that time. We totaled up our Marl yesterday at the end of stream, and I found out that my, somewhere in the neighborhood is 65,000 Marl. And that's not even from the whole farm, like I've spent some since then. You keep asking them politely for a mount, maybe rudeness is required. Give it here, punk. It's pretty rude. Can I borrow some marl for recipes? Pay it back, I swear. Ow! Wow! Hey, Toonie. Tuning, bless us with some luck. Lay your paw upon us. Let your pterodactyl screech be heard. Raise your voice to the sky. No, you're not even getting up here, are you? I didn't pick him up and he wandered off. Like, what do you mean? I said uppies. Can't expect me to jump. Ow. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Shift 9. Trinkets. Running out of cooldowns. Dead Dragonhawks. Tune, are you working for this guy? Wow, oh there you go. Hi. Tune, 1 luck, please. Hi. No, no luck. Hi. We got one more raider try. Let's go see if Spine frills up. Let another turtle make it to the water. On this blessed day. This day's not looking so blessed. Maybe tomorrow. One more chance. Yeah, I like the new emotes. I think they turned out really good. Okay. Tony, you're kind of sitting on my mouse cable. If I give it another minute, I can lust. That might be kind of nice. That's an upgrade. Cloth legs and then trinkets. And honestly, I'm keeping this Anguish Agitator on because it's pretty good for like a nice little initial bit of burst damage. Tuna, you're dangerously close to leaning on the sound thing. You're gonna make the static happen. I know, buddy. Alright, 10 seconds for lust. Let's walk into the lake. What if Spinefrill has my mount? Like a water nymph, holding a sword. Huh. No mount. Fishy must have the mount. Not today. Maybe next time. Maybe the fish will have the mount tomorrow. I'm out of time for today. We did our 3 hours. We got through however many characters this is. Quite a few. Decent number of kills. Full one passed out. You had a nice nap. Hi. Hi, Toonie. I'm gonna take this character back to town. Tomorrow's Sunday, which is our final stream of the stream week, so we'll be back. You know, we got another 3 hours. We can do it again. Tomorrow might be the day. I should resolve our ongoing Twitch prediction. Today was not the lucky day. You never know. Could be tomorrow. We gotta keep running those. Eventually someone will make some points on yes. Out. Alright. Let's see here. Oh, I got you. Shall we thank everybody for coming? I don't even care if this is getting old. It's not getting old for me. Can we thank everybody for coming? I say bye. He's so chill, man. Baby. Appreciate it, you guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.